Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary unicorns, please put your hands and hooves together for the man with all the magic, the man with the real wizardry. It's Neil Trigger!
One, two. Hopefully you can hear me now. Right, sorry about that. So, we always get some technical issues. Kelly Christensen's in the house, JellyDuck100 and ScottKid64 Ultimate. Sup, hello. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I don't know quite what happened, but sometimes it does that when I unplug the microphone. Maybe I should never do that. Okay, cool. So, hello, welcome. This is a slightly different show to normal. Mainly because I'm going to be showing you stuff about my magic pub, my wizardy pub. Now, I know that ScottKid64 Ultimate, I don't think you've been here before. JellyDuck and Kaylee, I know that you have. So I guess we're going to kind of build up to real or fake, because normally we do a game show where it's real or fake. So I tell you some stuff, and you tell me whether or not I'm lying through my teeth. But in today's show, I've actually got some new stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, head explode. So I do have some new stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of show... you've been here, but it's been a while. Yeah, I can't actually remember whether I can remember you. I'm sorry. That's really not good, is it? Hold on. Do I have... no, I don't. Do I? No. Hold on. No. Yes, I do. I have this to talk about myself.
What an idiot.
Yeah, sorry about that. So I'm still trying to get used to this because I've not done live shows for about 3 months. So I am going to show you some cool magical updates and also tell you some magic news as well, because this week has been quite prolific on some of the weird stuff that's been going on. To people's minds, and that they're just starting to see stuff. But there is actually quite a lot of evidence for some really bizarre things being going on. So,
It's magic news.
yeah. So, let's do some magic news. I know, this is new. Isn't this cool? Look, I've got my name and everything. Woo, live news. It's very exciting. So, I'll tell you a bit about the magic news. If I can just unlock my phone here and tell you about magic in the news this week. So, number one. A woman in the US claims that she has pretty convincing evidence of Bigfoot. Now, I know that this is really bleached out, but hopefully you can kind of start to see it a little bit. Up in the top left-hand corner, can you see that sort of Bigfooty thing? And also, this is its head. So these are two different photographs, obviously. So the woman named Carolyn, don't know her surname, it wasn't actually reported, which is weird, doesn't appear to have a surname. She, in the reports I read anyway, but she claims either it's a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot in the area, or I'm being expertly pranked. That's what she said. She lives in the east of Seattle, in the northern states of the US, and it puts her smack in the middle of sort of Bigfoot or Sasquatch area. In fact, she's one of 100,000 recent sightings. Recent sightings.
It's magic news.
Sorry, I'm still getting used to magic news. So, yeah, recent sightings. I know, it's pretty amazing. The most exciting bit, though, is that the trail camera that she put out the back of her house to capture wildlife actually captured some interesting, albeit not very high quality, images.
It's magic news.
So, yeah, those images in particular, they're not very good high quality. Why are they never very high quality? I don't know. Yeah, so here are the pictures. Please let me know what you think down in the comments, and let's move on with the next piece of magic news, because this is where it gets a little bit spooky.
It's magic news.
Thankfully, probably, I think it's thankful, I don't actually have a photograph for this little piece of news. It's like the spot the difference. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah. I mean, it's not very clear, is it? I totally get that. Laura Trigger's in the house. Hello to you. Hello back. Yeah. I know that this isn't very clear, but I mean, you can clearly see that there is something here, and you can clearly see that there is something up there in that corner. Tony Roberts, hello, evening, how are you doing? Welcome. Just doing a bit of magic news at the moment.
It's magic news.
Yeah, that's the stinger for it. And we're talking about this really weird photograph from Seattle, where someone called Carolyn, who apparently doesn't have a surname, spotted a Bigfoot on her trail camera at the back of her house. I don't know what it is. I can't possibly say. It's probably not a bear. It doesn't look like a bear. It doesn't look like that sort of shape. So there's something there. What it is, don't know. But maybe she's being pranked. Maybe she's doing the pranking. Not sure. But interesting.
It's magic news.
Okay, so yeah, I said I don't have a photograph for this one, but a family from Teesside in the UK have had to leave their home at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is bizarre, after their home was haunted by some sort of evil, malevolent spirit, and the ghost hounded them out of their house at 2 o'clock in the morning. So Lauren Roth, she's got a surname, which is nice. Lauren Roth and her family had already had mysterious bruises appearing on their arms and legs from nowhere, and the young son of the family was already known to stand at the top of the stairs staring into nothingness, which is already quite spooky. When kids do spooky things, I think it suddenly gets like 10 times spookier. That's my own opinion anyway. And the family, who didn't own any pets, apparently, also had reports of a ghost cat. So, probably easier to clean up than a normal cat, although most cats just go into the next door neighbour's garden and poo in their pumpkin patch, which is what the cat does from next door. in our house. Anyway, so they didn't own any pets, and that's important because they had reports of a ghost cat that was scratching the children, and then scratch marks actually showed up on the legs. I'm stupid at edit. Hello to you. Hello, I'm Honey. So you keep on changing your username, Honey. That's really bizarre. So I sprayed the cat with the hose. Yes, you did, Laura, and so did I. We're both very good aims with that. It doesn't deter the little bugger, though, does it? So the scratches actually appeared on people's arms and legs after they apparently saw this ghost cat, which is, I feel, really bizarre. The lights would turn on and off, particularly in the bathroom. I'm back. Yay! Hello! So the lights would turn on and off, and so they brought in a paranormal investigation company called Northern Paranormal Investigators, which is really creative naming of a paranormal investigation company because they're from the north. When asking the spirits for proof that they were there, the bathroom light turned itself off. The paranormal investigators then, because they like to goad these ghosts, I suppose, said, "If you want us to leave the house now, turn the light back on." And they did. So the light came back on again. I don't quite know where they were going with this because it's almost like, well, now they've only really got one option, and that's to leave the house. Because otherwise things start going a bit weird. So the straw that broke the camel's back, I suppose, was when the son of the family started screaming in the middle of the night, "Get off me and leave me alone." So he said, "Yeah, get off me, leave me alone." That's my impression of a young kid. Good, isn't it? But that would probably freak most people out. It certainly freaked me out, I think. And they left the house at 2 a.m. So the family eventually bought a caravan and then kept it on a neighbour's driveway. Now, what happened with the whole rent situation? Not quite sure. Is it a way of getting around rent and just having somewhere to live rent-free? Not sure. They also did admittedly say that, I think it was Mrs. Roth's brother was coming to stay as well. So I don't know whether there's some sort of family involvement there, not sure. Mrs. Roth was advised to recite the Lord's Prayer and burn sage by this paranormal investigation company to disperse the evil, but that didn't obviously seem to work. So what do you think? It seems a bit late 80s, early 90s horror movie for my liking, to be honest, but I don't know. I've just seen some fairly weird things in my time as well, so I guess the jury's out. But that is Magic News number 2.
It's Magic News.
And finally, yay, evidence that supports the possibility of a Loch Ness Monster. I think that deserves a wow, but I haven't got one without saying Magic News again, so we can do that.
It's Magic News.
Yeah. Have we got a wow? No, we do have a...
No, definitely not.
So we got one of these. Or we could do a wow like this. But yeah, anyway, so finally news, evidence, I suppose, that Nessie could actually exist.
It's Magic News.
So evidence that the Loch Ness Monster could actually exist has been unearthed, but not in Scotland, crucially, and I think that's quite important. But scientists are now saying that Nessie might actually be, and I quote, plausible. So it's been previously suggested that Nessie was a pliosaur, which is a kind of long-necked, small-headed dinosaur that went extinct about 65.5 million years ago. Bye, have a nice day. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. This dinosaur, this pliosaur, went extinct about 65.5 million years ago. And the idea had, until now, been thrown out because it was believed that the pliosaurs needed salt water and could not survive in fresh water until now, like the lakes of the Highlands and Highland lochs and stuff. However, scientists have now discovered certain proof, absolute certain proof, that they were wrong on that score. A riverbed in Morocco-Sahara River system shows that what it can now be confirmed to be pliosaur remains, demonstrating that pliosaurs did indeed and could live in fresh water, which is ironic considering that the remains themselves are obviously from a dead animal, but it's deep enough into the system to show that it must have survived for long enough to be native to that area. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, Nessie could still be a pliosaur and could still be alive and living in Loch Ness, which is awesome. That's your magic news for today.
It's magic news.
Okay, so before we get on to real or fake, and we do have a couple of real or fakes, not many, admittedly, I wanted to give you a bit of a magical update.
Magical update. Mupdate.
Yeah, so magical update number 1. So as you will probably know, I am updating or doing stuff to my garage, which currently did look like that. It doesn't quite look like that anymore because I've covered over the garage door, taken down the Christmas lights. I will be putting lights back up again because I kind of need a bit more light. However, when it comes to light, what I've decided to do is use electric candles, which look like this. Ooh, pretty, huh? So I've got a lot of these candles. They're all sort of in the walls at the moment. So how do I do this? Yeah, just there anyway. And also some down here. I've got some in lanterns like this one. So I've got a whole load of these sorts of things all dotted around, and it does look really quite cool when all the lights are off. However, it's a bit too dark, so I do need a little bit of extra ambient lighting as well. But I think it's looking really good. That is actually the garage door there, which I've covered. I need to continue to insulate, and once that's all done, then I can start putting up the walls, doing all the electrics, all of that sort of stuff, and crucially, building the bar. So it's getting to a point now where it's actually quite exciting, I think. And I know it's been a long way to get here, but when I start actually putting the walls up, the transformation is going to be very fast. So if you haven't already, please do head on over to the Magical Man Cave channel as well. Subscribe and ding that bell and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, that I guess is magical update number 1.
Magical update. Mupdate.
Okay, number 2. Yeah, let's not do that. Oh, all I've got for magical updates. That's rubbish. So yeah, I guess the other thing actually that I do have, I'll press that button there and then you can see what's going on. If you want to pre-order my book, it is at the top of the comments. It's pinned there. That's the Magical Cocktail book. It's currently £30. It's available for pre-order from my website, realwizardryshop.com. And it's got not only the recipes are great. They look good, hence this sort of thing. So like a rainbow shot. They've got recipes like that. But the good thing about the book is that it actually has how to create these things from ingredients. So it tells you how to create your own magical cocktails and the sorts of things that you can use as well. Now the other thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be getting some buzz buttons, that's what they're called. They're these little flowers that basically make your mouth feel electric and sort of tingle and all of that sort of stuff. So it's kind of a magical ingredient in and of itself. And also I'm going to make a tincture out of that so that then you can add it to cocktails and it'll kind of enhance the experience, let's put it that way. So that should be good and it should be fun, and I'll do an unboxing of it and all of that sort of thing and see what happens when I just put one in my mouth and hope I don't get an anaphylactic shock. I don't think they're the sort of things that can typically cause any kind of allergic reaction or a heart attack or anything like that. So I'm hoping that it'll be fine. But, I'm quite keen to try it. It's a bit of an interesting one. So if you're interested in magical cocktails, cocktails that do things, so they'll feel weird, they'll look weird, they'll bubble, burn, smoke, glow, fizz, change colour, pop, all of that sort of stuff, smoke, did I say that? Then head on over to that link and yeah, that'll be good. Right, next up then, what are we doing now? I suppose we should probably do some real or fake.
Real or fake?
Okay, you've been waiting for it. This is where hopefully we're going to get a bit of interaction on the chat because you've been a bit quiet today, haven't you? I know I've been on transmit, and I guess that's that's the way the whole thing works really with YouTube. But hopefully people are still watching. I don't know. Where are we? We've got 4 viewers at the moment. That's nice. So say hello. Real or fake? The electric fan was invented by a duck, but is that real or fake? That's all I'm going to tell you for now, actually, because revealing more would make it clear whether it is real or fake. So if it is real, the way to play the game for those of you who haven't been around for for previous ones and that sort of thing, if you just type in number 1 and then real or fake, that's all you need to do, and then you either get a point or you lose a point. So, do you think that the electric fan was invented by a duck? Talking of electric fans, actually, I should probably turn mine on because it's really boiling hot. Is anyone playing today? Hello, Lynn Kirby. How are you doing? Tell me if the fan is too loud, by the way. Is the fan too loud? I don't know. The other thing is that... I won't tell you that yet. No, I'll tell you that next week. Loving the man cave, the fan is fine. Good. Yeah, so the man cave, I'm really chuffed with it at the moment, and I think it's going to look really good. I'm basically aiming to recreate this dungeon behind me in real life. So yeah, the fan's fine, cool. Yes, so what do you think? Was the electric fan invented by a duck? No, it sounds bizarre. Just gone live. I should probably tell him, shouldn't I? Real, said Laura. Current viewers 5. No one's responding though.
5.
Let's give you a time limit.
3, 2.
Real or fake?
1. All phases complete.
Oh, Toby, fake. Right at the very last minute. Laura's gone with real. Lynn and Kaylee have both said nothing. I am stupid edit has disappeared at edit, sorry, and Scott Kid 64 Ultimate, I don't think you're playing at the moment. So if you do want to play, type in real or fake in the next second or so. Chivalrous Tube is here, hello to you. So the question is, the electric fan was invented by a duck. Is that real or fake? I'm not going to say any more because it will give away whether or not it's actually real or fake. But I have done a countdown already, although Chivalrous Tube has only just joined. So I'm going to give you a 5-second countdown. Oh, he's gone in with fake
4,
already.
3, 2, 1. All phases complete.
I guess that 5-second countdown was for you, Scott. And I'm afraid, no.
I'm afraid it's a stinking fake.
Absolutely not. No, utter nonsense. I just made it up, actually. And, I know that a lot of people would probably be like, well, that sounds too weird not to be true. But yeah, sometimes I just throw random things in like this, just to see whether or not, just to shake it up a little bit. Okay, so here we are. Number 2 then. I don't actually have an image for number 2, I don't think. I don't think I've got any images for anything. I suppose, yeah, that one sort of works. Let's do that. So, by the time a photon of light hits the Earth, it may have been in existence for millions of years. But is that real or fake?
Real or fake?
So, by the time a photon of light hits the Earth from the Sun, it may have been in existence for millions of years. I should have probably said from the Sun. I should have said from the Sun. Sorry. I told you that one the other day, did I? 2, real. So, okay, yeah, Chivalrous Tube went 1 real. Okay. 2 real, I mean. Lynn Kirby, I almost called you Kirby, that was weird. Lynn Kirby, real, and Laura said yes. Sorry about that. Did I? I'm sure. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess you've just given it away. Yeah, that one's actually real, which is weird.
This one is actually real. Really?
Yeah, the reason I find that weird is because it takes 8.5 minutes for a photon to leave the sun's surface to get to Earth. However, because of its generation, it probably started somewhere in the center of the center of the sun, and it could have collided with other things and basically bounced back because it's so dense in the center of the sun. It could have bounced back, and although it's traveling at the speed of light, it still could be millions of years old because it took millions of years to get out from the center of the sun to the outside of the sun, which just blows my mind because it's traveling at the speed of light. Millions of years traveling at the speed of light to get out of the sun. I think that's pretty cool. And 8.5 minutes to travel the rest of the distance, which is about 20 million miles. Which is just like, what? I just find that really bizarre. Kirby is a good Nintendo character, that is true. Kind of like a blob with a face, isn't it? I think. Very true, yes. But yeah, so a photon of light that's created in the centre of the sun could have been multiple millions of years old by the time it gets to us here on Earth. And it's still powerful enough to potentially frazzle your skin. I find that really amazing. Okay, number 3, and actually the final one, sorry about that. Halloween pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns were originally invented in America. But is that real or fake? Jack-o'-lanterns. The idea of carving fruit and vegetables. Was that invented in America? Lynn Kirby's gone with fake. Dun, dun. Who else? What do you think? Toby Roberts said real. So it's the concept of carving fruit and vegetables more than specifically jack-o'-lanterns, I think. That's where we're going with this. Is it real or fake? The observant ones amongst you, I think I may have actually said this before. It's probably quite a long time ago. I've been going live for a while now. Just Googling something a moment because I want to double check. Okay, now before I go any further, I just want to double check a couple of things. And I have. So, Lynn Kirby said, thanks. Nintendo character. I'm not sure that you can claim any fame or royalties for that there, Lynn. Toby has said it's real. Laura has said it's real. Kaylee, I think, is probably off talking to her mum because that's normally what happens when she goes quiet. Chivalrous Tube said number 3 is fake because he thinks it was Ireland. Dun dun dun. Okay, and the answer is it's. Wait for it.
I'm afraid it's a stinking fake.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so that is actually fake. However, and this is really, really quite disturbing. So if you've got young kids watching this, you might want to move it away. Here we go. This, this is a turnip that's been carved, a bit like a jack-o'-lantern, in order to scare away evil spirits. And to be honest, it scares away me. Maybe I'm an evil spirit as well. But this is from the Atlas Obscura, which is basically the map of bizarre and weird things. I think this is a photograph or maybe a petrified turnip. It's one of the older ones, but yeah, the original idea was that they would carve turnip instead of pumpkin. Pumpkin is a lot easier, and if I scroll up a little bit, this one here, that definitely looks cooler, I think, than this. This just looks really disturbing. Typically as well, they would have teeth, but they would be more sort of human-y teeth, like that sort of teeth, rather than like fangs. And it just got more and more witchy, I suppose. Although, if you go down to the Museum of Witchcraft, you'll see examples of where they use turnips instead. Turnips are a much more English thing. So I think it was actually originally England rather than Ireland. I might be wrong on that. I will double check that and get back to you next week, I think. But yeah, that's a really disturbing little factoid, isn't it? I don't like it. Let's get rid of that. Ugh. Yeah, so there you go. You've talked about it before, by the way, but it's fine. I know, I think I did talk about it before. This one has teeth too. Yeah, they do, but what I find really weird about this is almost that it definitely falls into the uncanny valley. Do you know what I mean? So the uncanny valley is where something looks a bit too human, but not quite, and it's almost like that little, it's a bit weird sort of thing. So typically turnips that have been carved wouldn't have things to light them up in a similar way to the jack-o'-lanterns, which is like that one. It wouldn't have anything to light it up. So yeah, I find the whole thing just very, very bizarre. By the way, in my magical man cave, as well as the lanterns and things like that, I am going to be having some pumpkins. Now I'm growing some pumpkins at the moment, and I'll see if I can actually show you these. I was going to download it, but I didn't have enough time. I was going to download it and upload it onto the live show. I'm growing my own pumpkins at the moment, and that's kind of, I know that's kind of zeroing out a bit, but hopefully if I get rid of that, actually that might help. I'll put it on my yeah, so that's a pumpkin that I'm growing at the moment. You can kind of see the size. They are currently a little bit too yellow, but they're going more orange. As they get more and more orange, and the right size and shape and all of that sort of stuff, and start sort of filling out, as we move into October, I'm going to be taking a proper silicone mould of that. Now I have done this before on my channel, and I've created a mould of a pumpkin in order to get them to talk. Now I know that's a bit of a weird jump, but I'm going to get my pumpkins to talk. So I need to get a new, fresh, really good quality mould of an existing pumpkin, and then I can start selling them next year. So this is kind of a multiple year plan, because I want to be able to show how to do it first of all, and then to release a new product next year into the market that will allow you to basically do that for you. It should be really cool, it should be really nuanced and nice and high quality, but it's going to take a little while to do, because I want to take a proper, almost like a life cast off an actual pumpkin. It will probably take a day or so to do, but I need the pumpkin to be able to do it. So that's kind of where we're going with it. It's going to be a homegrown pumpkin, and I'm going to have 3 of them in a row, and they're all going to start talking. So I'm going to have that in my magical man cave, as well as all of this stuff, which is in the magical update.
Magical update. Mupdate.
Yeah, so as I say, this is my garage at the moment. However, I'll get rid of that one for a second. The pumpkins are probably going to go on one side, so probably over there near the bar. So the bar will be on, where are we? Sort of that side, I guess. Yeah. It's weird because I'm pointing in a direction and I don't even know where I'm. Yeah, that way. So the bar will be over there, with the bar stool sort of here. No, there. Yeah, there we go. In that sort of orientation, sort of that sort of thing along here. Where I am, I'm basically sat at the bar at the moment, and then on, where are we? That way, in that direction, there's going to be a TV kind of thing, but that's going to be a magical window, and then behind that is going to be where I'm going to put all the sofas and all of that sort of stuff. So that's kind of the plan. I do have a 3D model of it. I will show you that next week. So if you haven't already, please do click that like button. Oh, hold on.
It's magic news. Magical update. Mupdate.
Yeah, I'm pressing the wrong button, so let's get rid of the magic news.
It's magic news.
Okay, let's get rid of that. And yeah.
It's magic news.
Now we need to do the magical update, because we need to get rid of this thing as well.
Magical update. Mupdate.
Yeah, so let's get rid of that. So that kind of gives you an idea as to where I'm going with it, but if you haven't already, please do click that like button, subscribe, ding that bell, all of that sort of stuff. There we go. And if you haven't already, please do also check out my shop, and I'll put the link in the description as well. Thanks very much for watching. As always, stay cool, stay magical, and I will see you next time with some more magical awesomeness. But for now, stay magical.